Okay, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Yahweh
Shai,
Bahashem,
Rakak,
Rakak,
Radash. We want to give double honors to our apostles and elders who rule and teach well and continue to teach well. We want to give salutations to the elect, all the elect Akim who continue to strive and teach this word in all truth and sincerity.
Come.
Okay, this is Brother Kwawa.
The Shower Kwamat.
Okay, with Great Millstone, Dallas. We're basically coming with. Last week we did a video going into praising famous men. Okay, in Sirach 44, and we wanted to basically continue in Sirach, further chapters.
Come.
The point being, basically giving honors to the prophets, the men of old who had great faith as well as great works, because because that's who we give honors to when we give honors to our elders. The men who taught us. Okay, the men today, as well as the past. Like we said last week. So you got anything else?
Just going into to the prophets of the past, the ones heard and seen, and the ones that weren't recorded. Because there were many prophets. There were many men that went out there and did the work. And so this is just giving homage to them plus our elders of today. The Wada, for the work that was put in, to get the men that are studying under, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone today.
That's right.
So
that's right. And that's if it weren't for them and the works they did and the sacrifices they made, okay, we wouldn't have this have this information, so to speak. Because the Most High uses his prophets, to profess his message, so to speak. But anyway, last week we went into I believe it was Enoch, Noah, and Abraham, if I'm not mistaken. But now we want to go into Sirach 45, and which is going into Moses and Aaron and the priesthood.
Come.
So Lord willing, this will be edifying lesson. Brothers, anybody who may be listening, So go ahead.
So Lakia, if I mispronounce any of the words,
you could.
I just want to put that out there for the brothers. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 45, starting at verse 1. It says, "And he brought out of him a merciful man, which found favor in the sight of all flesh, even Moses, beloved of Yahweh, and men whose memorable memorial is blessed."
So this passage is gonna go into Moses, okay, who the scriptures say there was never a prophet likened unto Moses.
And
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna bring out the word the name Moses. Moses, his name means drawn. So it's like he's drawing out. Of he's making it known who the people are. Mm-hmm. But Salaki, you can continue about Mashah. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, you good, bro. Yeah, in the Hebrew, I believe that's Mashah.
Oh shit.
Drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
So and the scriptures say that there was never a prophet likened unto Moses. Okay, because Moses, he wasn't Moses actually was born not even knowing he was a Hebrew.
Huh.
Okay, like many brothers today. So he's almost You can relate to him a little bit, you know.
Hey.
Hey, Moses, he did a lot of things, you know. But we'll continue.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 45, starting at verse 2. It says, he made him like to the glorious saint and magnified him so that his enemies stood in fear of him.
It says he made him like unto the glorious saints, and basically talking about Israel, but further talking about the elect. You know, the saints are predominantly the elect of Israel.
That's right.
And read that again in the middle. Start and magnify.
I'm gonna start at 2 in the middle of verse 2. It says, and magnified him so that his enemies stood in fear of him.
That's right, because Moses dealt with the Most High face to face.
That's right.
Okay, and the scriptures say that his face shined. He had a glorious, fearful. What's the word I'm looking for? He had a presence about him, for lack of a better word. You know, he was a man to be revered. You know, he found grace in the eyes of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You know,
that's right. This is 45 verse 3. It says, by his word he caused the wonder to case. Yeah. It says, and he made him glorious in the sight of kings.
And one king, it was Pharaoh. Okay, because because what does Pharaoh always do, man? Pharaoh always puts himself up there like a god. Okay, you know, he's standing up there like he's a god over the people, man. But Yahweh Shem Yahushai set up Moses, and he put Pharaoh to shame, man.
Right.
He put him over Pharaoh, and he put all these plagues in his land, in the land of Egypt. When Pharaoh, you know, bucked up, got proud, and hardened his heart, and said, I'm not going to let these people go, man. They're gonna stay here and they're gonna worship me, God of Egypt.
And if I might add, you know, who is the Pharaoh of today? You know, it's the same story. You know, just talking about in a new skin.
That's right.
You know,
read a verse.
I'm going to continue. I'm going to start over in verse 3. It says, by his word he caused the wonder to cease. Salakia. It says, and he made him glorious in the sight of kings, and gave him a commandment for his people, and shewed him parts of his glory.
Okay.
You know, I'm going to go to verse 4. It says, and sanctified him in his faithfulness and meekness, and chose him out of all men.
See, the scriptures say that Moses was a meek man.
Okay.
He wasn't all bucked up and proud and you know.
Does it not say that the meek shall inherit the earth?
That's a good point.
You know, because I mean, if you're meek, you know, you're not going to be, you know, pushing everybody out of the way in the midst of a crowd. You know, you're going to be more humble. You know, you're going to show more humility. You know, but you want me to go on in verse 5?
Okay.
All right. This is verse 5. It says, he made him to hear his voice, and brought him into the dark cloud, and gave him commandments before his face, even the law of life.
So it says he made him to hear his voice among the dark cloud, and that's talking about on Mount Sinai. Okay, and that dark cloud is also going into the chariots, man.
You know, because did not a chariot sit on Mount Sinai?
As a matter of fact, Salaki, go
ahead. Because you can still see the resemblance of it today. You know, because on Mount Sinai, you know, the top of Mount Sinai is burnt. because the chariot rested upon Mount Sinai, and while the chariot rested on Mount Sinai, the nation of Israel was at the base of the mountain, serving themselves up to another god that they made by their hands.
That's right.
I just wanted to make that point.
And I want to get that precept in Psalms 68. Verse 17, it says, the chariots of the Most High are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai, in the holy place. So when the nation of Israel came to Sinai, and Moses was up on the mountain, okay, there were chariots there, okay, and when Moses went up to Sinai to get the law, there was a chariot there.
That's right.
Which the scriptures call dark clouds.
Huh.
I'm
going to bring that out in Ecclesiastes chapter 45, verse 5 again. It says, he made him to fear his voice and brought him into the dark cloud, and gave him commandments before his face, even the law of life and knowledge, that he might teach Jacob his covenants and Israel his judgments. Verse 6, it says, he exalted Aaron, a holy man.
So now we're going to get into Aaron, okay? So which is Moses' brother. So Moses spoke to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but afterward he sent him to his brother Aaron. Okay.
Hold on, Babu Shah. Let me get that word Aaron in the Hebrew.
Yeah, hey, we've been in the spirit of breaking these names down as well.
That's right. Salakia. Give me 1 second. The name Aaron, is Aharon. Aharon, which means Aharawan. It means light bringer. So he's going to bring the light. He's going to bring the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to the people.
That's right.
So going back into that Ecclesiastes chapter 45, going to verse 6, it says, he exalted Aaron, or the light bringer, and holy men like unto him, even his brother of the tribe of Levi.
So Moses and Aaron were brothers from the tribe of Levi.
That's right.
Okay, with Aaron being, as we know and as we'll get into, the first high priest of Israel.
That's right.
And Moses being the prophet, the mediator between the two. Moses would go speak to Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the Most High, and he would convey messages to Aaron, and then Aaron would speak to the people.
That's right.
To the congregation, or to the elders, the rest of the elders, and then thus, to the rest of the people.
And what was Aaron? Aaron Moses and Aaron was Levites. And what was Levi? Levi was the tribe concerning priesthood.
Mm-hmm.
So they were the priests of the nation of Israel. I'm going to go to verse 7. It says, in everlasting covenant he made with him and gave him the priesthood among the people. He beautified him with comely ornaments and cloth, and clothed him with a robe of glory.
The priest would wear specific garments and clothing.
That's right.
That were, that the priest would wear. Continue.
Verse 8, it says, he put upon him perfect glory and strength he put upon him with perfect glory and strengthened him with rich garments, with breeches, with a long robe, and the ephod.
Kind of.
or the ephod.
Ephod. The ephod was the breastplate that the priest would wear with the 12 stones on it.
Kind. So it was the Urim and the Thummim.
Mm-hmm. It had the Urim and the Thummim on it, and we'll actually
Go into
we can go into that. We can either get the
Do you want me to get?
dictionary, or we can get Exodus 28,
Let's get Exodus
or
28.
or
Exodus 28.
yeah, let's just get it. We don't have to read the whole
Two
chapter.
Five. This is Exodus.
Yeah, just start at 1 and then we'll jump.
This is Exodus chapter 28, verse 1. It says, "And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother, and his son with him, from among the children of Israel, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office, even Aaron,
Nadab,
Nadab, and
Abihu,
Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar, Aaron's sons."
Yeah, these are all Aaron's sons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, these guys just mentioned in Exodus 28 verse 1 are Aaron's sons, who are all Levites, who would all inherit
The
priesthoods.
That's right.
Okay.
All right, verse 2, it says, "And thou shalt make holy garments for Aaron thy brothers," or Salakia, "for Aaron thy brother, for glory and for beauty."
Okay, so this is this chapter is going into the making of the garments for the priests.
That's right.
Okay.
Because they were separate from the nation of Israel. All right. It says, "And thou shalt spake unto all that are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
that they may make Aaron garments to consecrate him, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office."
Come
All right. Verse 4, it says, "And these are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate and an ephod."
So a breastplate going over the shoulders, and then an ephod which goes around your waist area,
The mid.
like your mid drift, I guess.
It's like the chest.
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
like you got the breastplate, but then the ephod goes just under it.
Cunt. It says, "And a robe and a," what's that?
Broidered coat.
Cunt. Broidered coat,
And we all know what a coat is.
and a mitri.
Mitri is a head wrap.
Yeah.
It goes wrap around your head like a head wrap.
And a mitri, and a girdle.
Girdle is like a belt, like it
Cunt.
goes around. You strap it around like around your waist, not necessarily the waist.
"And they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his son, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office." Verse 5, it says, "And they shall take gold and blue and purple and scarlet and fine linen to make all these garments."
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh Shem Shai was specific on the colors.
Here you go.
Verse 6, it says, "And they shall make the ephod of gold and blue and of purple and of scarlet and fine twined
Fine twined linen.
fine twined linen with
Cunning work.
cunning work."
And we can stop right there and we can go back to Sirach. But that's basically the breakdown of the priest's garments, in Aaron's time.
That's right.
That the priesthood wore. Okay, and you can hold that. I think we'll jump back to that. hold Exodus. What was that? Exodus
28.
Yeah, but let's go back to Sirach, 45 and 10.
All right, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter.
Hold on. So like, yeah,
let's
just do 9. Verse
This is
9.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 45, starting at verse 9. It says, and he compassed him with pomegranates and with many golden bells round about, that as he went there might be a sound and a noise made that might be heard in the temple for a memorial to the children of his people.
So what they did was they put bells on the high priest, so that when he went into the holy place,
the Holy of Holies,
which is where they kept the ark. And in those days, the Ark of the Covenant, which sat in the holy of holies, in the middle of the middle or the back of the tabernacle. Okay, and because the priest would only go in there once a year, and they put bells on them because it was forbidden to go in there other than that one day out of the year. Because because the Ark of the Covenant sat in there, man, and we all, the Ark of the Covenant, you better not, man,
you better not mess with that,
bro. Even the priest, that was a fearful thing, man. Because that was like that was almost like the Most High's throne within the camp.
That was where, Yahweh Shemi Shai dwelt.
That's right.
Like if you would have touched it, you would have died if you weren't a part of this priesthood.
That's right. And so those bells were basically for the people to hear, make sure that the priest didn't get
judged,
obliterated, man. And actually, I want to go back. Now I want to go back to Exodus 28 and start at 33. Jump down to 33.
This is Exodus chapter 28, starting at verse 33. It says, and brethren, upon...
verse 33? Verse 33, it says, and beneath.
Oh, Salakia. It says, verse 33, and beneath upon the hem of it thou shalt make pomegranates of blue and of purple and of scarlet round about, the hem thereof, and bells of gold between them round about. 34, it says, a golden bell and a pomegranate, a pomegranate upon the hem of the robe round about. 35, it says, and it shall be upon Aaron to minister, and his sound shall be heard.
His sound shall be heard
when he goeth in upon the holy place before Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, and when he cometh out, that he die not.
So when the priest went in to the holy, it says that sound was to be a sound that he die not.
Mm-hmm.
So when the priest went into the holy place, amen, he kept his head down. He didn't turn his back. Okay. When he went in there to sprinkle that lamb's blood on the ark, man, he had to be circumspect. He had to be clean. He had to be because Israel would circle, would be around waiting to see if he'd even make it out.
Because he was in fear of death.
That's right.
Yahweh Shemi ain't playing. So when it comes to this priesthood,
right.
That's why, nowadays with, people trying to come in and imitate many of Yahweh Shemi Shai, hey, Most High ain't playing around with you.
That's right, man.
All right, he wasn't playing then, he ain't playing now.
That's right. Yeah, so being in that holy place, being in the presence of Yahweh Shemi Shai is no joke.
Man,
so just to break down that garment, those bells and that noise.
Because he probably wouldn't have made it out if he would have made one mistake. Yahweh Shemi Shai would have judged him right then. Because he was that close to Yahweh Shemi Shai. Alright, but do you want me to go back to that 30 or that 45 in Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, let's go back to that.
Alright, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 45. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, within holy garment with gold and blue silk and purple, the work of the embroiderer.
Yeah.
Salakia. It says with a breastplate of judgment, Okay, and with Urim and Thummim.
Urim and Thummim.
Yeah.
Which were those
stones.
Those stones they had on the ephod.
Okay,
which go ahead.
You can go into that into the Bible dictionary because like this was a conduit that Yahweh Shemi Shai used to because the Urim and Thummim is the knowledge of everything. Everything in one. And what is the Urim and Thummim of today? It's the unicorn. What's the unicorn? It's the internet. So this internet wasn't made for no reason. It was made for this work right here.
Yeah, this is Urim and Thummim in the Bible dictionary. It says objects not specifically described, perhaps stones placed in the breastplate of the high priest.
So it's stones placed in the breastplate of the high priest, which was 12 stones. Continue.
By which he ascertained the will of the Most High in any important matter affecting the nation.
So anything concerning Yahweh Shemi Shai, they needed to go to the Urim and Thummim to gain understanding from it.
That's right.
All right, because Yahweh Shemi Shai was sending, could you go to how the Urim and Thummim was set up?
Actually, I want to go back to was it
28?
Yeah, no, back to ephod. I want to go to in the ephod
in
the Bible dictionary. The ephod is a sacred vestment originally worn by the high priest and made of gold, blue, purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen. And we know the Urim and the Thummim were in the ephod, right? It says with cunning work. It says attached to the ephod by chains of pure gold was a breastplate containing 12 precious stones, and we know those 12 precious stones represented the 12 tribes of Israel.
It's just it was the ephod, with chains connecting to the garment.
Let me continue. It says beneath the ephod was worn the blue robe of the ephod, having a hole for the head, and extending the feet with a hem, alternating with gold bells and pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet.
So this wasn't just a garment with a headdress and all that. This was one whole unit that needed to be put on. For Yahweh Shemi Shai to send you the wisdom and knowledge that you needed at that time.
That's right. The priest was basically a conduit. It was a conduit. He was a vessel, kind of like a prophet today, It was a holy oracle.
And just to make sure that everything was clarified, is the top of the head was always open, because that's where the knowledge hit, and it went through the head, but it went through the whole body. All right, because we were the conduit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai to bring the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to you. And hey,
and this is remember this is the day when these are the days when Israel just came out of Egypt.
Man,
we didn't have prophets in droves like we do now.
That's right.
We had our priesthood. We had our which gave us the law through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Through Moses, Aaron, and the priesthood.
You want me to start back there?
Hold on. Where are we at?
Verse 11.
Let's pick up at 11.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 45. I'm going to start at verse 11. It says, with twisted scarlet, the work of the cunning workman with precious stones graven with seals.
Hey, cunning workman, man. Hey, it was a careful process to make these garments.
That's right.
Make these clothing.
That's right. With precious stones graven with like seals, and set in gold, the work of the jeweler, someone who makes jewels, and someone makes stones out of because the jeweler had to set the stones in the gold. With the works of the jeweler, with a writing graved for a memorial after the number of the tribes of Israel.
And those are those 12 stones on the ephod. He had 12 stones on the ephod that represented the 12 tribes.
It says that in verse 12. It says he set a crown upon a crown of gold upon the mitre. So upon the scarf that was wrapped around the head.
It was a gold. There was a gold lining around it.
And that was the crown. And the crown, you know how a crown is worn. It still has the middle, out of it. Because that's your conduit to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This is verse 12. It says, he set a crown of gold upon the mitre, wherein was graven holiness and ornament of honor, a costly work, and a costly work, the desire of the eyes,
the eyes,
kind of Salaki.
Of the
eyes,
desires of the eyes.
The desires of the eyes, goodly and beautiful.
So it was a beautiful thing to look upon.
It was like, whoa.
That's bad right there.
Verse 13, it says, before him there were none such, neither did ever any stranger put them on. So no other people put these objects on. So it was only the nation of Israel.
Before Aaron.
Because these things weren't made before Aaron.
That's right.
Because these things was made specifically for the priesthood.
Which is the highest priesthood
ever.
and
and who?
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's a lot. If you think about it, it's like it. It says, I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, before him there were none such, neither did ever any stranger put these on, but only his children.
Only his children.
Woo! Only his children.
Only his children.
And his children's children.
So only the sons of Levi or the descendants of Aaron.
So there was no other tribe put. There was no tribe of Reuben that put these garments on.
No. There were other people that did wear similar garments. King David, Samuel.
But concerning this priesthood, it was only the priesthood that could put these garments on. These specific garments.
The ones that were made at this time.
Yeah, it says per. I'm gonna
Verse 14.
nah.
You got something?
I'm gonna start. But only his children and his children's children perpetually. You know, so it was his the high priest, his son, son, you know, all the way down. You know, verse 14 it says, "Their sacrifice shall be holy, you know, consumed every day, twice continually."
Continually, kind of.
Man,
It was the priest's job to make, bring the sacrifices in. When if you had a what do you call it? Like the sacrifice of sin or
turtle doves, lamb.
Yeah, you brought them to the tabernacle.
And like the only way that they had those sacrifices, you know, because Levi didn't have their own land where they had their goats and they have their birds or anything to go out there and get. And the other tribes of the nation of Israel would donate those things. You know, that was the tithes. That was the tithe of the day. You know, but I don't want to get off topic. This is verse 14. Well, verse 15. It says Moses consecrated him and anointed him with holy oil. This was appointed unto him by an everlasting covenant, and to his seed, so long as the heavens should remain, so forever. So as long as the heavens shall remain,
right?
You know, so long as because my phone cut off. It says, was appointed unto him by an everlasting covenant, and to his seed, so long as the heavens should remain, that they should minister unto him and execute the office of the priesthood and bless the people by his name. You know, verse 16 it says, he chose him out of all men living to offer sacrifices to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. You know, incense and a sweet savor for a memorial, to make reconciliation for his people.
John.
You know, to bring the nation of Israel back to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, verse 17 it says, he gave unto him his commandments and authority in the statutes of judgment.
And so the Levite, the high priest, was also the judge. Was also the head of the judges.
That's right.
So when you had someone out there, slipped up, did something wrong,
they gotta go to the priesthood.
You go to the priest. You go get judged, man. That was also Levi's job, man.
Like if you committed adultery, guess what you gotta go? You gotta go to the judges. So you gotta go to the Levites. And Levites will look at you and do a judgment.
That's right. Because
Yahweh Shem Yahushai loves judgment, as it says in Psalm chapter 37, verse 28. You know, I'm not gonna get it. I'm just telling you. You can go and look it up for yourself. This is
read 17 again.
Verse 17. It says, he gaveth unto him his commandments and authority in the statutes of judgment. It says that he should teach Jacob the testimonies and inform Israel in his laws.
There you go.
You know, so just like it says in Psalms 147 verse 19, he showeth his laws, statutes, and commandments unto Israel. You know, he has not dealt so with any other nation. You know, it's the same thing here. You know, he gave the laws to the Levites to teach you.
He said, hey, at this time, these are the men that were set up.
That's right.
To teach the law.
That's right.
To tell the nation of Israel what you should do, what you shouldn't do. you know, and then the consequences that follow those things.
It's like right now, you know, right now in this time here, you know, the men out there on the highways and byways is teaching you the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, if you're willing to receive that or not. But I'm going to start at verse 18, and it says, "Strangers considered together,
Conspired.
Salaki." Let me start that again. It says, "Strangers conspired together against him and
Maligned.
him."
Meaning, come against or think think bad thoughts.
Son.
So the Most High set up these men to rule over the people. So now you're gonna have Jake out there
being bitch ass
niggas. Man, who are these guys, man?
Oh no,
man, fuck these motherfuckers, man. I'm gonna do what I do. Hey, you know how Jake is, man. So so go ahead and read it.
It says strangers. So Jake was on the side of strangers, you know, people that are foreign to the the law, statutes, and commandments.
Con, you had Jake in those days talking about let's go back to Egypt.
Oh man,
what are we doing out here in the wilderness, man?
Why are we here?
What is it, man? Hey, let's go back to Egypt and lift 16-ton stones, man. Yeah. Hey, it was better. At least we getting food. Shit.
We had onions. We had garlic. I mean, like we could still do that work. Pharaoh will take us back. Looking ass. Anyway, it's like
Jake always want to bug up, man.
Woo!
Against the men that Yahweh Shemel Messiah set up to be an authority, man.
Jake always want to buck up against authority.
That's right.
Jake hates authority unless it's another nation above them. They love that.
Right.
I see that every day. You know, but let me get back on task. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 45, starting at verse 18. It says, "Strangers conspired together against him, and what's that?
Maligned
him in the wilderness, even
meaning bucking up against.
Even the men that were of
Dathan
and
Abiram
side."
Yeah, those Dathan and Abiram were rebels that came against Moses and Aaron.
Oh yeah,
in the wilderness when they came out of Egypt. Well, we won't get their account. Hey, we're praising holy men right now.
That's right. We don't want to talk about details.
We're not going into Dathan and Abiram.
All right. But it says, and the congregation of Kor with fury and wrath.
Okay. So you had so bottom line is you had Jake out there basically bucking up against authority.
That's right.
Don't want to be in order. Don't want to follow the law. This, that, and the third.
You know, basically want to whine and murmur. You know, talk bad about the men that's actually doing the work. You know, and we have a lot of that nowadays with fallouts with other people in other camps trying to come up and say that, oh, that can't be right. You know, when you know it is. All right, you just mad because you didn't think of it. That's it. You know, but I'm gonna get back into 19. It says, "This Yahweh by Shemi Yahushai saw in its and it displeased him, and in his
wrathful indignation,
in his wrathful indignation were they consumed, because Yahweh Shemi Yahushai did away with them." All right. So in his wrathful indignation were they consumed, you know, he did wondrous upon them to consume them with the fury flames.
That's right. Most High opened up the
heavens,
opened up the earth.
Oh, he opened up the earth.
Yeah. When he opened up the earth, you know, after Moses said, "Hey, he who was with me."
Okay, kind.
You know, and he who was against me.
I remember that.
You know, he drew the line in the sand. He drew, and that's where that saying come from. Drawing the line in the sand. That comes from Moses.
That's right.
Moses said, "Hey, they are with Yahweh Shem Yahushai over here, and those not with Yahweh Shem Yahushai don't want to get in order over here, man. And right there, man, the Most High put judgment on them rebels, man.
That's right.
Specifically Dathan, Abiram, and all them little cohorts, man.
Yeah, man. Because if you're not for Yahweh Shemel Shai, you're against Yahweh Shemel Shai. And what does Yahweh Shemel Shai do to rebels?
Mm-hmm.
He takes them out.
And he took out them 2/3.
That's right. Hey, Zechariah 13, 3 and 8.
Okay.
You know,
verse 20?
Yeah, starting at verse 20, it says, "But he made Aaron more honorable and gave him inheritance and divided unto him the first fruits of the increase, especially he prepared he prepared bread in abundance, and that was the bread of the priests."
Okay.
Yeah. Verse 21, it says, "For they eat of the sacrifice of Yahweh, which he gave unto him and his seed." You know, verse 22, it says, "Howbeit, in the land of the people, he
had no inheritance.
Salaki, he had no inheritance, neither had he any portion among the people, for Yahweh Shemel Shai himself is his portion."
So when the Israelites came into the promised land, the tribe of Levi was the only tribe that didn't have a region.
That's right.
Because it says the Lord was his portion.
Come on.
So really you had Levi and in each region functioning as the judge of that region.
That's right.
So you had the land of Judah over here, but in there you had a council of Levites that judged, you know, that region of Judah, and then Simeon, Naphtali, Ephraim, or you know, all and so on and so forth. You had them functioning as the priests and the judges,
and that's why the 12 that was in that land, you know, need to be tributaries, or they needed to give 10%.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so the sacrifices can be done. You know, so the holy days could, you know, have lamb and turtle doves and all that, you know, because that's what was needed for the sacrifice. But I'll continue in verse 22. I'll just read
22. So that basically sums up Aaron, Lord willing.
Well, it says, "For Yahweh himself is his portion and inheritance." So Yahweh Shemel Shai is the portion and the inheritance of, you know, Aaron, of the nation of Levi,
the priesthood.
All right.
So that's basically the priesthood of Israel.
You know, going into verse 23, it says, the third in glory is Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, because he had zeal in the fear of Yahweh Shemel Shai, and stood up with good courage of heart when the people were turned back and made reconciliation for Israel.
So Phinehas, who was the high priest after Eleazar, who was after Aaron, says he had a great zeal and fear of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
That's right. You know, and Phinehas, the name Phinehas, you know, it means mouth of brass.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like he was strong in what he spoke. You know,
and we want to get one of the main account, if not the main account of Phinehas, in Numbers 25.
So give me 1 second.
We'll start at the top.
I'll start at Numbers 25 and 1. All right, this is Numbers.
We got it. We're almost there, bro.
Huh. All right. This is Numbers chapter 25, starting at verse 1. Frankincense smells good. It says, and Israel abode in
Shittim?
Ooh, I almost said that. In Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredoms with the daughter of Moab.
There you go.
Oh,
man.
man.
There's Jake being
Whoredom.
rebellious again.
Son, it
Go.
says,
You're going to continue.
it says, and they called the people unto the sacrifice and of their gods.
So you got now you got some
Moab.
big group of Jake wanting to worship the gods of Moab now.
I want to worship Moab.
Yeah, want to be Buddhist and all that bullshit.
I can do it. Looking ass. Daughter Salaki, I'll start at 2 again. It says, and they called the people unto the sacrifice of their gods, and the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. And Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor. Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
And the anger of Yahweh by Shimei Shai was kindled.
There you go. So,
against Israel.
There you go.
Man.
So Baal Peor. Let's get Baal Peor.
I got it right here. If you want me to. This is H 1187 Baal Peor, which means Lord of the Gap. Lord of the Gap. There's only two gaps. I can't say it. All right. It says, what's that? The deity. The deity
or God.
Worshipped at Peor with probable Salaki. I don't even know what it is.
Licentious rites. It says Baal Peor, a Moabitish deity. So it was a god that the Moabites worshipped.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
And we already know that the Moab, they ain't got it.
Yeah.
They ain't got it whatsoever. They will never have it. The only time Moab will have it will be in the kingdom. All right, and that's when they sitting down and shutting up. They ain't got it. All right, I'm gonna continue.
Numbers verse 3.
Verse 3, it says, and Israel joined himself unto Baal Peor, and the anger of Yahweh by Shimei Shai was kindled against Israel.
That's right.
Verse 4, it says, and Yahweh by Shimei Shai said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before Yahweh by Shimei Shai against the sun, that the fierce anger of Yahweh by Shimei Shai may be turned from Israel. All right, so hey, Yahweh by Shimei Shai said, nah, get them niggas.
Hey, they was cutting heads off.
We need to root them out now.
Hey, that's the first commandment.
Bro,
hey,
have no other gods before me, right?
Right. Hey, you good, bro? Hey, that was the first commandment Moses gave them.
Man.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
And this was the first time that they did it. Well, not the first time because they had the calf, but this happened again, and Yahweh Shimei Shai just exacted judgment. Verse 5, it says, and Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his man that were joined unto Baal Peor.
So every one of these Israelites that are bound down to Baal Peor, cut the goddamn head off, man.
Hey, I want you. If your daddy was doing it too, I'll take your daddy. If your mama was doing it, I guess that's your whole family. So like it. Hey, verse 6, it says, and behold, one of the children of Israel came up and brought up unto his brethren a Midianite woman in the sight of Moses. And, I remember this. A Midianite woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Because this was a time of death, man.
Man,
You had a lot of people die, man. At this time, man.
man, Jake just trying to get it in.
This was a big judgment, big judgment going on right now.
Yeah.
And then you got some Jake bringing some heathen into the congregation, into the camp, man. Bringing his woman into the camp, bro.
Hey, man, let me go ahead and go back here and hit this real quick, man. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Jake, bro. That's Jake to the T. All right. I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, and when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand.
Whoa. So Phineas, soon as he saw that, bro,
He was like, bro,
he picked up his javelin.
He was like, hey, man.
Just continue.
Hey, all right. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it. He rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand.
A javelin is a long
Ooh.
stick with a spear on the end,
Man.
with a blade.
Verse 8, it says, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrusted both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel.
So Phineas killed that Israelite and his heathen woman, man.
Bro, a precept just jumped into my head. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall surely receive their reward. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, bro, he told Phineas, hey, bro, go handle business.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And that was the business of the priest, to maintain that and to execute judgment. Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai love judgment. All right, verse 8, it says, and those that died in the plague, were 24,000.
24,000 people,
bro,
bound down to heathen God, man.
And
24,000.
Just to say this, man, this was back then, bro. Look at all the people of Yasharallah or the nation of Israel bowing down to other gods today, bro. What you think is gonna happen, bro? Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is gonna execute judgment, man. Y'all got Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai messed up, bro. Verse 10. Verse 10, it says, and Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai spake unto Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, this is verse 11, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, hath turned my wrath away from the children of Yasharallah, or the children of Israel, while he was zealous for me, Salakia, while he was zealous for my sake among them, that I consumed not the children of Israel in my jealousy.
Man, Phineas's zealousness turned away the Most High's anger, man. That's how on fire he was, man.
Because he executed judgment quick.
That's right,
because Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai was about to execute judgment on the nation of Israel.
It said his anger was kindled, man. He was damn near ready to deal with the whole nation.
Do you want me to jump back to 45 or continue? Verse 12.
Let's continue in Numbers.
All right, this is Numbers chapter 25, verse 12. It says, wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant, my peace. Salakia. Verse 12, it says, wherefore say, behold, I give unto him my covenant of peace. Verse 13, it says, and he shall have it, and his seed after him, even the covenant of an everlasting priesthood, because he was zealous for his power, and made in atonement, an atonement for the children of Yasharallah. Well, the children of Israel.
There you go. So Phineas was a zealous man. It brought a feeling of comfort and peace among the priesthood.
Do you want that word jealous? Zealous.
Zealous. If you got it, bro.
It's H7065. It's Quana. Quana. All right. It says to envy, be jealous, be envious. Be zealous. To excite or to excite to jealous anger. So he had the jealous anger of Yahweh Shem Yahushai upon him whenever he thrust those two through. Yahweh Shem Yahushai was like, oh, I actually want to get at him, man. But he was going to do it to the whole nation. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushai ain't going to single out that one person. He's going to do it to the whole nation and say, this is the reason why. This is the reason why I did this. Because of this one person trying to get it in when everybody should have been in the morning. So you want me to jump back to
yeah, that's it on that. Yeah, we can jump back to Sirach.
All right. I'm going to jump back to Sirach chapter 45, starting at verse...
yeah, we're pretty much wrapping it up. There's only a few more verses.
Verse 22, verse 24, I believe. I'll start at verse 23. It says, the third in glory is Phineas, the son of Eleazar, because he had zeal in the fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and stood up with good courage of heart when the people were turned back. Because whenever the dude took the chick in the back, like, hey, bro, I'm going to smash this real quick. Phineas stood up and handled that. All right. Because he had a zeal for Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and courage of heart when the people were turned back and made reconciliation for Israel. Verse 24, it says, therefore was there a covenant of peace made with him, that he should be the chief of the sanctuary.
That's the one we read in Numbers.
And of his people, and that he and his posterities, like it, should have the dignity of the priesthood forever.
So Phineas brought dignity to the priesthood, man. Phineas was he was like the first one to really like be zealous, to be real. What's the word I'm looking for?
Upright.
No, I mean like he was the one who really acted upon it. Like that example in Numbers with with the worship of Baal, and man, that was Phineas. That was a good work.
Like whenever Phineas saw that dude, like, hey, we're gonna go back here and smash this chick real quick.
He brought
Phineas was like the shit you with, bro.
Hey, and going back to Dathan, and them all them rebels, man. Hey, Phineas, like Dathan and them like bucking up against Aaron and Moses, and saying, man, who are these guys, man? Fuck these. Hey, Phineas put a fear on Israel.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Like he actually made Israel go like, oh shit, they killed 24,000 people. They cut 24,000 heads off, man.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 45. I'm gonna start at verse 25. It says, according to the covenant made with David, son of Jesse, of the tribe of Judah, that the inheritance of the king should be his posterity alone. So the inheritance of Aaron should also be unto his seed.
So like the kingship goes to Judah.
Yeah.
The priesthood goes to Levi.
Hey, 1 and 2. Verse 26, it says, Yahweh by Shem Yahushai give you wisdom in your heart to judge his people in righteousness. that their good things should not abolished.
Should not. Good things be not abolished.
Salakia, the good things be not abolished, and that their glory may endure forever. You know, because Phineas, you know, mouth of brass, you know, he exacted that so that everything could be divided up in the portion, and now they have an everlasting, you know, that would endure forever, an everlasting priesthood that's going to endure forever. That's still going on to this day. You know, Yahweh Shemel Shai is still with the nation of the tribe of Levi. You know,
There's nothing new under the sun.
there's nothing new under the sun. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 3.
Yahweh Shai today, tomorrow, and forever.
Hey,
Roughly paraphrased.
how about Shemel Shai willing? That was edifying to you brothers, man. That was edifying to me. The why how about Shemel Shai?
So hey man. So hey, once again, hey, and Lord willing, next week we'll go into the next chapter regarding famous men, because these are real famous men. Okay,
Right.
not movie stars you worship.
Not Jay-Z or not like all these rappers.
Angelina Jolie.
Hey, I'm not hip
Those
to
people
the
aren't
times.
famous, man.
Like, what's that kid that just died? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Hey, man. Hey,
But these are real famous men.
that's right.
Whether you know it
Or not.
you know.
Yeah.
They did things that were to be revered.
I
to
just-
be remembered.
Well, I'm going to say this now. If you don't know it now, you will soon. Yeah, how about Jimmy Oshai willing, man? So with that, you got anything else?
That's it.
Hey, with that, you want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the brothers out there on the four corners teaching the truth and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.